Hi guys, I'm Joel McLeod and you are tuned in to my latest Facebook video. So a lot of these videos, I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of what I'll be doing. A lot of these videos they'll be property based, but as you know, I like to touch on mindset a lot. So they'll be mixed in with property and mindset and how I can help you really. So on this one, I'm going to give you my top 5 book recommendations. So the first book is my favorite book of all times that I've read, and I've read quite a few books. So it is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. A lot of people have read this book that I've spoke to. If you haven't read this book, I would highly recommend reading it. So with the 5 books, I'm going to read the blurb just to give you a little more information on the book. So this book is the only book you need to lead you to success. And I can vouch for that. I wouldn't even have to read another book. If you was to just read this book, you can learn a lot from this book. So it says international best-selling author Dale Carnegie offers practical advice and techniques for how to get out of a mental rut and make your life more rewarding. His advice has stood the test of times and will tell you how to do the following. Number 1. Make friends quickly and easily, which is vital. It's vital in personal relationships and it's vital in business too. Number 2, win people over to your way of thinking. 3, improve your conversation skills and become more entertaining. And number 4, acquire new clients and customers. How to Win Friends and Influence People has the potential to turn around your relationships and improve your dealings with all of the people in your life. Now, who wouldn't want that? The thing that I took out of this book was to remember everybody's name. So there's nothing sweeter to a person's ears than the name. And the second thing that I got out of this book was to smile. A smile, once you're greeted by somebody with a smile, it's contagious. It's like if someone's in a mood, it's contagious. So a big smile is vital to me. And I wasn't a smiler growing up. I wasn't a fan of my teeth. Now, I smile a lot. I like smiling. Smiling, it brings happiness to other people. And if you just practice that when you first meet someone, if you smile, even if they don't smile back, you will see their shoulders relax in your presence and you will see them not be as tense. Yeah, so try that. So first one, Dale Carnegie, How to Influence People, How to Win Friends and Influence People. My second favorite book of all times is this one. A lot of people might have seen this one too. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Great book, amazing book. So here's the blurb. It's the essential guide to joining the ranks of the world's most successful people. Now, who wouldn't want that, hey? So, do you want to achieve your dreams? Then just follow Napoleon Hill's immortal rules. Think and Grow Rich is the seminal work by the well-loved and world-renowned Napoleon Hill. Originally published in 1937, Hill's money-making secrets are as powerful today as they were then and can change your life forever. And I can vouch for that. They've changed my life forever. Where are we? After interviewing over 500 of the most affluent men and women of his time, Napoleon Hill uncovered the secret to great wealth, based on the notion that if we can learn to think like the rich, we can discover wealth and success. He developed a simple but powerful 13-step formula to help you do the following. Number 1, identify your goals. So written goals to me are vital. So I have a book, I have my objectives and I have my goals for this year, and I also have life goals, what I want to give back. And I have goals, what I want to do in business and what I want to do in personal relationships, whether that's holidays, in personal relationships, and in business, whether that's amount of money that you want to receive or gain within that year or following years, etc. Number 2, master the secret of true learning, true and lasting success. Number 3, obtain whatever you want in life. Number 4, join the ranks of the super successful. This exciting and updated revised edition provides examples of men and women who, in recent times, exemplify the principles that Hill has put forward, including the success stories of top achievers such as Bill Gates and Steven Spielberg, it's clear that Hill's philosophies are as valid today as they were when they were first written. So the thing that I got out of this book, it gives you a script to say to yourself first thing in the morning when you rise, and last thing at night before you retire, before you go to bed. Now, it tells you, don't just like, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a multimillionaire, I want to be a billionaire. Personally, whatever you want to be, whatever you're comfortable with is completely up to you. I'm comfortable with earning £5,000 a month. I could retire on that. It's just I want to be a billionaire so I can be a philanthropist in a way and kind of give back. That's exactly what I want to do. Whereas this tells you, don't just say you want £1 million. It tells you, say a specific number, and then it gives you a script to, like I said, say first thing in the morning and last thing at night before you go to bed, and keep saying it, keep saying it. I actually had to write it down first and look at a piece of paper. I read this book a couple months ago now, so it's actually in my mind, and every single day I can honestly say that I've said it every morning and every night, and the universe is kind of bringing it to me because I'm creating a plan of action to create it. So my goal is to earn, I want £60,000 in cash by the 1st of January 2020. So as you can see, it's very, very specific, which Napoleon Hill, he tells you to do that. It can't just be, oh, I'm happy with 10,000. It has to be specific. So I have a specific amount of money, a specific date too. It helps. So great book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Napoleon Hill. Great book. And the third book is from a guy that I really, really look up to. I message all the people, all the authors, if they're still alive, because a lot of books I read they're from quite a long time ago. But if they're still alive, I reach out to the author, and this is the only author that actually replied. His name is Rob Moore. He's written this book called Life Leverage. He's actually, if you see me on the Progressive Property event in Peterborough, he's actually the co-founder of Progressive Property event. He's a multimillionaire. He's co-founded 7 different companies, and they all bring in more than £1 million revenue each year. So I really look up to Rob. He's a really great guy, a really proud father too, like myself. So I resonate with him a lot. I've never met him, and I feel like he's my friend. That's how much of an impact he's had on my life. He's helped me leverage a lot of stuff, which I'll go into. So here's the blurb. Life leverage means taking control of your life, easily balancing your work and free time, making the most money with a minimum time input and wastage, and living a happier and more successful life. Using Rob Moore's remarkable life leverage model, you'll quickly banish and outsource all of your confusion, frustration, and stress, and live your ideal, globally mobile life, doing more of what you love on your own terms. So this book will teach you how to live a life of clarity and purpose, merging your passion and profession. So I'm a big believer of this. I don't think we should split work and split our personal lives. So as you know, I do a bit of modeling. So when I travel with modeling, I try, if Maisie, my girlfriend, and Esme, my daughter, if Esme isn't in nursery and Maisie hasn't got work, I try to get them away with me. So when I'm away, I'm the best version of me, because they're a part of me. They have a big impact on what I do. They are my why. So anytime I can, I want them around me and involved with what I do. So I believe life should be a little bit of work and a little bit of fun in one day. Because too much work and no fun with your family, then they're not going to be happy, and you're most likely not going to be happy. You're gonna burn out essentially. And too much fun and no work means an empty bank account, and nobody wants that in this life. So the next point is maximize the time you have and outsource everything, and don't waste a moment. So Rob is a master at outsourcing. So what outsourcing means is basically just getting other people to do what you don't necessarily want to do, so you can concentrate on what I call IGTs, which this book has taught me about too, which stands for income generating tasks. So you can concentrate on things that are going to bring you more money. So what's an example? What Rob does, for instance, he he's that lazy in a sense, and lazy is good, because if you're not lazy, then you want to do everything. So no offense to you, Rob, by saying that. He'll know what I mean. So what Rob does is he actually pays someone to come to his house, take his car to the car wash, and then bring his car back, because that saves him a good, 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 hours maximum going to get his car washed. So he would rather pay someone, because Rob's at the point in his career, in his life, where he most likely values his time more than his money. So he could probably spend that time with his son, which I think is great. He's the master at outsourcing things. Number 3, make money and make a difference, banishing work unhappiness. I don't believe that we should be unhappy in our work. I think we are going to reach our maximum potential when what we're doing makes us happy. Number 4, leverage all the things in your life that don't make you feel alive. That's a great one. Number 5, use the fast start wealth strategies of the new tech rich. And here's just a little bit about Rob. I really want to promote Rob because he's helped my life a lot. So Rob Moore is a self-made property investor, businessman, entrepreneur, best-selling author, and world record holder. He's a speaker, a pilot, and a proud dad. He co-owns 7 companies in property, lettings, and finance. So a great book called Life Leverage by Rob Moore. How to get more done in less time, outsource everything, and create your ideal mobile lifestyle. Great book. It's actually the instant top 10 bestseller too. So Rob's done really good with that. He's also got other books out. There's a few up there. I've got Money of Rob's and Start Now and Get Perfect Later. So am I the best speaker ever? No. Will I be the best at doing these videos straight away? No. But I've listened to Rob. I need to start now and then get perfect later. It makes complete sense. So the next one, number 4, is the 80-20 Principle Rule by Richard Koch. Now this is an amazing book. I will read the blurb and then I'll give a little summary on what I think of the book and how it helped me. So, achieve more with less. 20 years after its first publication, the 80-20 Principle Rule is a global bestseller read by millions of highly effective people around the world. In the past, the principle gave those who used it a serious advantage, but in the future, it will be the essential tool for anyone who wants to succeed. And it is powerful, based on the intuitive, but widespread fact that 80% of results flow from 20% of causes. The 80-20 Principle Rule shows how you can achieve more, much more, with much less time and effort, simply by concentrating on all the important 20%. It says you'll learn from this book how to use the rise of networks to your advantage, benefit from the more acute 90-10 and 99-1 forms of the principle, tap into your subconscious and amazingly favorably influence on your life. Enjoy greater success with 5 mega rules to live by. Al Rees says this book's terrific. So where this has helped me is so basically what the 80-20 Principle Rule is, let's take it to your wardrobe, your clothes. If you go and look at your clothes now, you most likely use 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. And the other 80% of your clothes, you only use 20% of the time. And you can put that into anything, you know. I have loads of books, right? 20% of them books probably have been read by me 80% of the time. And then 20% of the information in the books is probably in 20% of the information the information that you want out of a book, you will find in 20% of it. So that's where speed reading comes into it too, which Rob teaches you in Life Leverage. You can speed read. So the 80-20 Principle Rule is concentrating on the 20% that gives you results. So if you've got a property portfolio, for example, and you've got 5 houses, one of them houses, which is 20% of 5, right? One is most likely going to bring you most of your profits. So if you put that into your own examples, you'll know where I'm coming from. It's like a law. It's like it gets light and then it gets dark. It gets light and then it gets dark. That's just a law that's going to happen. So that's a great book from the 80-20 Principle Rule by Richard Koch. Amazing book. So that's my 4th recommendation. And last but not least, this book has probably had one of the biggest impacts on my life. It's called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. And what this explains to you, so I'll do the same again, I'll do the blurb. So the power of habit, why we do what we do, and how to change it. So Charles Duhigg examines why some people and companies struggle to change despite years of trying, while others seem to remake themselves overnight. He visits laboratories where neuroscientists explore explore how habits work and where exactly they reside in our brains. And he uncovers how the right habits were crucial to the success of Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps, Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, and civil rights hero Martin Luther King Jr. The result is a compelling argument and an empowering discovery. The key to exercising regularly, losing weight, raising exceptional children, becoming more productive, or even building revolutionary companies is understanding how our habits work. By harnessing this new science, we can transform our businesses and our communities and our lives. And Jim Collins says, powerful in its elegant simplicity, sharp and useful. Great book. And where this has helped me, many of you may know, or maybe you don't know, I used to smoke cigarettes. So I quit about 8 weeks ago, about a month after reading The Power of Habit. And I smoked from about 14, 15. Yeah, quite young, right? Smoked a lot, every single day. There probably wasn't a day where I didn't have a cigarette. Now, when I came 8 weeks ago to quitting cigarettes, if I would have just quit and not replaced it with something that gave me the same feeling, I most likely would have relapsed by now. So the way I did it, I usually got my showers in the morning. I essentially started getting a shower at night instead, a really hot shower, and I did my stretches, which helped me have the same feeling as a cigarette. Just I could breathe. I could finally breathe after 7 years of constantly smoking. So what I did essentially was I changed the habit from smoking the cigarettes to having a hot shower and doing a stretch, getting in bed, and it gave me the same feeling, because a cigarette's just a habit. My girlfriend Maisie, very proud of her. She's probably on her sixth or seventh day of not smoking. Now, she hasn't smoked as long as me. She has quit previously, but for some reason she's always relapsed. Now, what she's done this time is the other night, she was actually sat there and she's never smoked in a day. Like one roll up or maybe two at night, what she did, where I was like a continuous smoker from morning to night. What Maisie did is she said to me like, Joe, I want a cigarette, have you got any advice? She asked for me advice. So I said, well, you maybe do something because I've read this book, maybe do something to make you feel the same. So what she did, she had a cup of tea and a piece of cake, and then after it, she didn't feel the urge for the cigarette, because it kind of give her the same thing. And they also say with a cigarette, the urge lasts for 5 minutes and then you won't want one after that. It's just in that 5 minutes, the thoughts that you can have and the need and the want of a cigarette it can overtake your body. So I'm very proud of her for doing that. And was it last night? No, it was the night before. So we're on Sunday. So Friday night, before I went for my meeting with my business partner in Leicester, she was struggling with it again. So she's very self-aware, Maisie. So what she did, she's usually in bed by 8:30. We're both in bed by 8:30. So what she did is she said, I'm going to stay downstairs and I'm going to do some cleaning. Now, the house is spotless, so I don't know how she managed to clean anymore. She's probably going to see this, but if she doesn't, don't tell her that. I don't know how she was going to clean anymore. But it was very self-aware, because she must have spent about an hour and a half cleaning. And I actually came down and asked her to find, does she know where my tripod is? Because I want to start doing video things. And she was happy to do it, in a sense. She wasn't thrilled that she had to go through loads of storage that we have in that back cupboard there. But she wasn't down about it. She was happy because she knows she just wants to get over this feeling of wanting the cigarette, because they say it takes around 60 to 90 days for a habit to sink in properly. So I'm very proud of her for that. So she basically started cleaning instead of having a cigarette, and I'm sure, as you know, cleaning is a lot better than putting some toxic chemicals into your body. So yeah, so I'm very proud of you, Maisie, for doing that. So just to summarize, we have number 1, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Number 2, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Number 3, Life Leverage by Rob Moore. Number 4, The 80-20 Principle Rule by Richard Koch. Number 5, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. You are getting all of these books for less than £40 for all of them on Amazon. I hope this helps you. These books help me. I'm Joel McLeod and thank you for listening. Please share, please like, and please go to my YouTube page and subscribe.